Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. We are here on Park, heading north of Balboa and the zoo and all that fun stuff in this wonderful bike lane. You got red paint, you got the space for the bike, you got these curbs and flex posts, and a lane that behind us was exclusively for buses, but then it opens up for drivers. As we approach this intersection, this is Upas right here, and it's a great hill to go down and a tough one to climb up. But the problem is that the bike lane starts to break down, and you'll see it in just a moment here as the bus stops at the bus stop, which is also a bike lane. That's a conflict that is designed, it's baked in. So I go around, and my intention is to keep going, and there is a bike lane that comes up here. But now I got this giant truck car thing behind me, and it doesn't look like it here, but it's pretty intimidating. That's a super high front, and the person kind of goes a bit fast around me. Like I said, the video's tough, but the bike lane starts up, but I'll let you scroll back rather than go through it and slow motion it and everything. But like, if we lose a few parking spaces there, the bike lane doesn't have to stop. And that would be a lot safer. I would love to see that. You know what? I'm going to do the whole slow motion thing. Let's check it out. We'll pick it up right here. I go around the bus. This, driver's behind me. I want to get over, but there's no space for me to get over in. There's some red curb, which is, for visibility for anybody making a right onto Park here. And then there's this car parked. There's a curb cut, I think, and another couple of cars, but maybe if these parking spaces weren't here and there was an actual bike lane, I wouldn't have this driver figuring out where to merge over. It's unexpected, and I'm not blaming the driver here. It's unexpected, and we're all trying to negotiate this, and it's a gigantic car. The front of that car is super high. We might have to lose some parking to make this right and to make it easy. I ride here with my kid all the time. Families ride down to the park, they ride to the zoo, and it's a strange gap. It's a strange moment of interruption. I'm communicating with that bus driver behind me because, once again, the bike lane just ends. It becomes a sharrow. This is technically a bike lane, but you ask a driver and they don't see the sharrows on the road. They don't know that it's a class 3 bike lane. But hey, here we are. And the bus stops, but they'll catch back up. You know how it goes. This is what happens when we have to share the space. There's a bike lane actually on the other side of the road going southbound. I don't know why it doesn't go northbound too. But here we are. And really, right now, the traffic is as heavy as I ever see it on this particular road. But then we get a bike lane again here. This is actually fairly new. This didn't exist a year or two ago. And I'm glad it's in. It creates a little more consistency, but we still have these gaps. We still have to fill these gaps and figure out how we're going to get around. It's no surprise that in a moment you'll find we make it up to that giant SUV thing, and kudos for them stopping short of the bike box. But the way they passed me before, again, the video might not reflect it, but in the moment I have a different feeling. I decide not to take the bike box, and I feel like they kind of gun it on their way out of there. I don't know if they're trying to show that they are superior in their big giant vehicle, or I don't know if they're frustrated because the design put us in conflict before and they just want to get as far away from me as possible to make it safer for me somehow, make it safer for themselves. But yeah, this is one of those things where maybe it's not the driver, maybe it's the design, and I want to acknowledge that and think about it. Hey, while we're here, we are going to pass a development that the parking was shut down or rather there were signs saying don't park here all through September, all through October, and into November. It's now January. I don't even see signs going up anymore, and I have no idea what we're doing with the parking there. It's about a block away. Before we get there, I'm going to just remind you that you can now become a member of this channel. You can leave a tip on a video if you want. I've never made any money from this channel before since I started doing it in 2021, but if you find that you want to contribute or send a thank you beyond a kind comment, you can do that now. This is that building we were talking about. See, the jog comes out around. The jog is here because this whole building was under construction, but there was some sort of plan to do something here, but it seemed to have gotten delayed and delayed and delayed. And I'd love it if they finished doing that. A lot of these bike projects go in and there's construction happening, so somebody has to come back and do it later. But we'll think about that, hope things get better while we drive less and ride a bike. Thanks so much.